Okay, we're here today with Rubella Ballet at the Skull Fest in Philadelphia. How do you like the event so far?
Pittsburgh.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. No, keep going.
Outstanding.
Pittsburgh, not
Outstanding.
Philadelphia. In Pittsburgh. How do you like the event so far? The festival?
Oh, we love it. It's
really
the thing
good.
that I like about it is that it's a community of punks, and they're all helping each other to put this festival together, which reminds me of the old days when we used to play at the Anarchy Centre, and everybody would all come together and try and put gigs and everything. So I really love it because there's a lot of young people here as well. So it means that punks continuing and everything's getting friendly and people are still together. That's what I like about it.
Okay, you also played a Near Dark Fest in Oakland, California.
Yeah, last year.
Yes, how did you like that?
Well, that was the same because it was, we was
awesome.
approached by Gina to play
Right.
at the Oakland Festival, and for this festival we was approached by Erica. So the minute I get approached by women that know what they're doing on promotion and things, I think, oh brilliant. So straight away I try to work with them to get everything sorted out so we can come here. It's a real community thing.
I heard now, I don't know if this is true, but this is just what I heard. In England, like the festivals and shows are more like older crowd, more older folks.
Yes.
And here's more younger.
Well, I think what it is that because the UK is where punk started,
Right.
I think that a lot of people who were 15, like myself, I was punk before the Sex Pistols were on TV. So in 1976, I lived in East London, and I was punk before anybody knew about it.
Right.
So I was only 15, and I think that a lot of the people in England were quite young when they were punks, and they've just grown up and kept going and kept going. So of course, when you go to somewhere like Rebellion, there is
Yes.
a lot of older punks our age, but there is a lot of young punks as well coming through. Because if you go to Rebellion, they've got the introduction stage, which is all new bands. There's a lot of them, and there's every day. So that brings the new people into the crowd, and it gets the community staying together. So I think England and London is still working the way it does, but we've got a lot of older people.
In fact, we had a 14-year-old guitarist step in for Sean, who plays guitar for us. He was 14, and we managed to get his band to the introductory stage. So that's like blown his world just wide open.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, when we started, I was 18, Sid was 19, Gemstone was 12, and
Yeah.
Right.
Pete Fender was 14. So it was a young thing. So I
kids.
think that's why
Yeah,
we're still
all
going.
kids.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your sister, Gemstone, right?
No, you're wrong. Yeah, okay, so I'll tell you the story.
Right.
Gemstone and Pete Fender are son and daughter of Vice Versa.
Yeah, Poison Girls.
Yeah, of Poison
Yes.
Girls. I am not anything to do with them other than friends.
Okay.
Right. So my sister did play bass after Gemstone had left. My
Yes.
sister called Rachel.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I was
why-
confused.
yeah, that's why
okay.
it's
And we all lived together, you see. We all lived in the same house for years. We lived
okay.
at Burley House, which is just down the road from Crass. So, in a way, like Poison Girls and Crass became our surrogate family. Because even though my mum and dad were in Birmingham, we spend nearly every day like eating at Crass's house and like staying at Poison, rehearsing there. And that's how they got us into doing. I mean, it's because of Crass and Poison Girls.
I think
Rubella
people
Ballet,
get confused because at the beginning, all the bands, there were so many people joining bands, leaving bands, helping each
And
other
living
out,
together
and
too,
living
right?
together.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, when we first started, Pete Fender and Gemstone had already released a song with Honey Bain in Fatal Microbes.
Yes.
And what happened was Honey Bain left, and they were left without anybody to sing.
Right.
And then later on, when we was doing different, well, the first time Crass asked if anyone wanted to get up on stage and play, everybody got up and did different things. So from there, it sort of evolved into us.
We were first, though.
rehearsing. Yeah, we rehearsed at Poison Girls because they had a place to rehearse, and so different people kept coming in and out of
The
our
thing is, though,
band, and we ended up.
I'll point out though that a lot of people who do bands now have been playing since they were like 14 and something like that. Me and Zilla we weren't musicians. We hadn't played any instruments. We didn't have a family that were in show business. So we came from absolutely nothing to do with music.
Really?
We created it from nothing to what it is now.
Yeah, we were just punks. We were just working class.
We had
punks.
no equipment.
No money, no equipment. We just met
borrowed
people that had it. and
everyone's
they-
equipment. In fact, I was told off for kind of breaking into the Poison Girls
So I'm going to tell you a
rehearsal room.
story about what happened. I was telling you earlier about Fatal Microbes, and somebody asked me about
Yes,
it.
I remember
So
that.
basically, Fatal Microbes with Honey Bain, she left, and they decided that they were going to sort of do music still, but they needed to find people to work with them. So me and Sid just by default ended up working with them. And So we did that for about a year, and then Sid at the same time, Sid was playing drums with Flux of Pink Indians, because one night we'd gone to a gig, and they were called the Epileptics at the time, and their drummer didn't turn up, and they just said, is anybody in the crowd able to play drums? So Sid said yes, got up and played with the Epileptics, and then Crass asked them if they wanted to do a song, and they decided we better change our name to Flux of Pink Indians, because Epileptics was, you know, it's actually a disease. So
the Epileptic Society complained.
Oh.
Yeah. So Sid was playing for Flux, we kept doing gigs, and then, believe it or not, the two guitarists out of Flux left. Then Sid left because they said, do you want to be in Flux or Rubella Ballet? And then the two guitarists out of Flux joined Rubella Ballet, and the ballet bag is actually Flux Pink Indians, only with me singing and Jem playing bass.
And the keyboard player that did the train sounds on Tube Disaster,
You were in that.
he
played
also
that,
came
yeah.
in our band as well. So we were like 80% Flux of Pink Indians
Right.
with Zilla in it, but called Rubella Ballet.
And Sid, okay, you played on the New Smell 7-inch. Then I saw it on the YouTube a couple of years ago. You were on stage playing for Flux. So
Yeah.
what is going on? Is Flux
2008.
together now? Or?
No, it was by chance that we went to the gig. We knew they were playing.
By chance. No, it wasn't. No, Flux.
So they're not
Sid don't know anything. Don't ask him.
Oh, okay. They're not together.
No, I have a terrible
no.
memory.
What happened was Flux decided that they would do some gigs together.
Right.
Again, but it wasn't Flux. It was Colin.
Oh,
And
Colin.
it was just Colin, wasn't
It was Colin was the original. Colin was the only original member.
Original
Yeah.
singer.
So what happened was we played the academy with them, and because Sid was their original drummer, he just turned around and said, well, when you play New Smell, do you want me to play drums?
Let me come on.
So he just
Oh,
got
for
on
that
and played
song.
for him, yeah.
However, they didn't tell me that they'd sped it up a little bit, or quite a lot. So what was old school big rolls around the drums became like twice. It was like dun 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 dun
Yes,
twice
yes.
as fast. But it was
But
really
Flux
they
decided they
went
didn't
now.
want to do anymore. They didn't want to carry on again. Which
Their drummer was working. I think their guitarist had problems doing more gigs, so they stopped. It was a shame, man.
Have you seen that next year Steve Ignorant's doing gigs with Crass again?
Oh, I saw him this year too in Berkeley. I always go see Steve.
Yeah, we-
Really interesting.
We had some great news this morning.
Yeah, we're
Didn't we,
playing.
Phil?
Yeah.
Tell them what the good news is.
No.
Yeah, we found out this morning. We know Steve, so we asked him if we could play on one of the gigs around near my 60th birthday, believe it or not. So I'm 60 on the 18th of April. We have a gig with Steve Ignorant on the 17th of April at the 100 Club in London.
Wow,
So
that's a historic.
it's going to be
all the bands.
awesome. Yeah.
Also, you made a documentary film. Tell us about your documentary film.
Okay, I made a documentary film called She's a Punk Rocker UK. I made that about 10 years ago because I got a chance to borrow some equipment, and I realised that most people didn't know much about punk, that the documentaries they show are usually they'll talk about the Sex Pistols, maybe the Stranglers. Sometimes they'll bring on one punk woman, maybe Polystyrene, maybe Susie, but that's about it. So you wouldn't know that women were involved in punk. So what I wanted to do was show the world why women became punks, what we did, and also I knew that because I'd been in a band for so long, I knew a lot of women punks in Crass, Boys and Girls, so I knew that I had the opportunity to go and interview them, and I thought, well, I've got to do this. So I went and interviewed as many people as possible, made a film out of it, but it took me 10 years because I didn't have the equipment, and every time I went to edit at a friend's house, he'd delete it again because his computer didn't have enough room. So it took me almost 10 years with no money and no help to make that documentary myself. But in the end, Sid edited it for me because we bought the equipment. But it took a long time, and it's just that I wanted to make sure that women had their history put down properly about punk, why we became punks.
Yes. I also saw you on stage during X-Ray Specs. Polly may she rest in peace, but what was working with her life? Because we never seen that.
Well, I try not to get upset because Polly was my best friend, and
wow.
I've known her for a long time. And so all that time I've been trying to get her to do gigs but Polly was very spiritual, and she was a Hare Krishna, so she didn't actually want to do punk music anymore. She wanted to do spiritual music. But every time she did that, people were putting her down. She didn't have any money. She was having a hard time, and so I asked her if she wanted to play Rebellion, and she did put it forward that she was going to play, and then because of her mental health problems, she backed out. But some years later, after persuading her, she decided to play the Roundhouse in London. London, and she asked Sid to be her drummer because she felt that she could feel comfortable and she wasn't so scared. Yeah, he was the drummer because she was big friends, so she felt comfortable and she didn't feel so nervous about it. And then she asked me if I wanted to be the backing singer, but I said to her, because you've got such a great voice, Polly, I don't think that you should. I think that you should do it on your own. And so I let her do that. And then
What a great thing to turn down though.
no, I didn't want to turn it down, but at the end of the gig, she turned around to me and said, Zilla, I want you to come on stage and sing Oh Bondage Up Yours. I couldn't
Me,
get out there quick
that was
enough.
so real, so surreal, because I was having to pinch myself on stage playing X-Ray Spec songs. But then when Polystyrene came on and Zilla at the front, it was like a dream come true. It was the highlight of my whole life.
I just don't understand is how Hollywood not have money. So all the labels and all the shirt distribution, all the X-rays, there's so much well-known bands. She didn't get any royalties.
No, none of that stuff. People rip you off. They just write down X-ray specs on a T-shirt.
Just like merch.
No.
And all the releases too.
Polly used to ring
CDs
me.
and albums.
Yeah, no, she
didn't get royalties.
She got royalties
She got she released a new album and got a new deal with the record company. There isn't any money and there wasn't any money, but not for the artist, but a lot of people, like you said, I've got an X-Ray Specs t-shirt at home that's not anything to do with her.
No, she never got any money out of that. She used to ring me every day and say to me how worried she was about paying a mortgage, because all she actually lived on was a benefit for people with disabilities. So she only got that much money each month, and every month she'd have to look for ways of getting money. And she definitely never got anything off the t-shirts, nothing at all. Records, once she got probably about 40,000 on one of her records being resold, but that just helped her to buy.
I'd like to say this as well.
I was shocked to hear that.
The reason Polly did that gig at the Roundhouse, and I've got to say this, is because Zilla rang her up every day. Is because Zilla gave 2 or 3 hours of her time every day to talk to someone and she sometimes rang up and said that she was thinking that she actually booked her place to go and have an injection to commit suicide. And Zilla was saying, no, we'll help. And she had like a load of problems. The editing of her film was going wrong. She didn't like any of that. And we said to her,
so she wanted everything to be good when she saw.
So I said, come to me. I know you haven't got any money. I'm not doing it for the money. Bring your footage to me. And me and Polly sat there day and night. And the film that is in the Roundhouse now is me and her. I did it, and I think we ate Lemkins for a week, didn't we? I mean, there's no money there. She was a beautiful person and so terribly.
Yeah, she still lives on.
Oh my God.
Everything is still, our spirit and everything.
The subjects that she wrote about, they were so contemporary. Everything she writes about,
We're totally
The really brilliant thing about that gig was it was like a massive punk karaoke, because every single person in the audience sang along to every single song. So it was absolutely.
I had a camera set up on my drum kit, pointing towards the crowd with a really good mic on it, and I've got a recording of the crowd singing louder than the foldback. I mean, it was absolutely, definitely amazing.
So, yes, the shows in the early days, how was it in the early 80s? I see so many flyers.
Well, we crashed it, it was just...
Well, I think
was it small or big?
No, it was big, and I think we should say that not only was it big, it was... When Crass came along, they started a whole new sort of community of people trying to do more things, so like being in groups and sharing their equipment and stuff. But
or to be self-sufficient, to start doing things yourself, not to rely on everyone else and not to rely on the system, and to actually, start learning. I mean, Penny was the first one to show everyone how to make bread. You can make bread, you can save yourself a lot of money, and they put poisons in the food. I mean, we talk about that all the time.
Now here's a big difference. Back then, all the bands were releasing black and white. What made you go full color, went totally opposite direction?
that was why.
How did you come up with
well,
that?
I was a punk from '76,
Right.
so I had to make my own clothes because you couldn't buy the clothes. Okay, so in my opinion, it was that you had to keep creating something different and looking different. So that's what we was doing. When Crash came along, they all dressed in black.
Yes.
And well, that was okay for them. They were dressed in black. That was their image. Boys and girls decided they'd dress in red and black on stage. Right, this was to start off with. And we were like, well, we don't care. We're just punks. We're just going to wear whatever we normally wear because we're punks. But as
We're a big
time,
show off. We wanted to do something that was blatantly saying that we're different but the same, And like,
And your album
so we
was
just
all
want to stay punk.
Yeah. Yeah, we've really tried to put as many colours. In fact, we still to this day have problems with record companies. Cost busting out the fluorescent colours. It's just like ridiculously expensive, but we really push for something different. Like putting two Pantone colours together without a black line, your brain can't find where the line is, so that it starts wobbling and stuff like that. So we used to do things like that, just crazy stuff, man. You know.
We just wanted to be more
to be different.
like doing everything we could ourselves, and we just
And
really
then,
enjoyed it.
and then you came here in 1986. You played in Los Angeles at a club. Then you also played in San Francisco.
Yeah.
How has things changed in California compared to
Well,
the
first,
scene?
I think the
It's
first
way
gig we
better.
played in.
It's just way more organised.
Well, that's two different things, isn't it? When we first came to Los Angeles, and what we did was a friend had come over to see us called Mike Ray, and he was a DJ at Rubella Ballet. So he said to us, you know, I can get you a gig here that's going to pay you, I think it was a lot of money in those days, probably $2,000, which would cover our fares. So me and Sid flew over, met with the promoter, made sure they'd give us the money, sent the money back to England. The rest of the band came over. We was allowed to do that first gig, and then I went round and
On the
asked
first
other
gig, our
promoters.
bass guitarist didn't turn up, so we had to get the guy that got us over. We went, Mike, you know how you love the band so much? And he was like, yeah. I go, well, you know how you've got a guitar? He went, yeah, well, you couldn't play the bass for us. And he did that night.
Then how come? Why was there a huge gap? How come you didn't come back?
We didn't have any money unless people sent us money. We're poor. We're really,
Yeah,
really poor.
we've
Even
never
now,
had any money,
we're
really.
not here with any money. We're only here with, you know,
We do everything on expenses.
because
So also when we see
Sid's on
promoters,
sick.
it's going to cost you quite a lot of money for flights. Just the money wasn't there.
so
So
Promoters didn't come.
well, in those days, the promoters would contact us and say, "You fly out here, and we'll give you the money back." But we didn't have the money to get there in the first place.
I see.
And also,
They wanted reimbursed.
yeah, and even if they didn't want that, they wouldn't send money over, so we couldn't do it.
I mean, they'd even say, you pay for the flights, you come over and we'll deal with the rest. But, I mean, we lived on pennies, so it's never going to happen.
And then here's something really interesting too. You've been posting nothing but rock.
Yeah,
on your
oh,
bit.
it
How did
transformed
you
my
get
life,
into?
man.
How did you get into rock? Total rock stuff?
I was diagnosed with leukemia about 12 years ago, and when you get told you've got cancer, you tend to kind of take a look at life and reevaluate what you want to do. And I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking cigarettes, I stopped eating meat, I stopped dairy, sugar, processed food. It'd be easy to tell you what I did eat, and we went from being meat eaters, past vegetarian, past vegan, well, to raw vegan,
Yeah, I was.
because of the health benefits. I think the only reason I'm here now is because of raw vegan food.
So when you were young, you guys all used to drink a lot and smoke a lot.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
that's
it was the punk scene in England was we used to drink special brews, we called the brew crew. And everyone, I mean, I easily drink 6 beers before I went on stage, but now
I didn't drink.
we don't drink, we don't smoke.
I was usually
We don't
driving
do
the
drugs.
van. I was usually doing all the work. Everyone else was pissed, but I was the one arranging the gigs, managing the gig, driving the van.
does
So I had to stay sober, really. And then I'd do a gig and have to drive another 20
And when someone needs to kick some ass, Zilla does that as well.
Okay, so when I was reading old interview with you in the zine, all these squat shows and stuff, is it still like that in England, or has it changed?
It's changed, mainly because the new governments, every time they got in, they tried to bring in a new law to stop squatting. So it's more and more difficult to squat anywhere. And in the old days, you could squat, so you'd go to a really good building, squat it, and do gigs. Yeah. And
Doesn't happen anymore.
even like we used to book church halls and things like that to play gigs. Now that's not easy.
And yesterday you played with the Mob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are some other bands that from the old time that you guys played together with? Have you played together with Conflict?
Oh my god, yeah. In fact, Conflict used to support us
Yes.
before they got big.
I used to see so many flyers.
Totally.
I think we played with every single band.
Napalm Death played with us in
Napalm
Birmingham, yeah. And they supported us as well
At
back
the
in
Mermaid. So in the old days, before Rebellion, Daz used to run a pub called, well, he didn't run a pub, he used to promote gigs at a pub called the Mermaid, and we used to do gigs there, and one of the bands that supported us was Napalm Death. And when we came to, in 87, when we came to LA,
Oh my god, yeah.
we also played with Faith
We
No More.
supported Faith No More, man. And like, that,
No more. Yes, I remember them.
Blow me away. I got really good friends with the drummer, and they asked me to be their singer when Chuck got the gun out on the plane and was thrown out. Mike asked me, he goes, dude, you don't know anyone that can be the singer like yourself? But I couldn't, I only had enough money
Even
for
then,
it.
we couldn't even.
I'm gonna go over 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's your thing.
you have different style. Your music is different style. You bring in different crowd. What about like, have you played with like goth bands and stuff?
Yeah, we started goth. I mean, you've
No,
got to
no,
say.
well, we feel like-
No, what it is like we played the anarchy scene, right? So lots of different bands would get. In the beginning, we're all sort of starting our music, coming
Our
up with
songs,
the
some of our songs are totally anarcho-punk.
Right.
With anarcho-punk lyrics, but some of our other songs are completely goth lyrics. With really, I used to write. I mean, I've written all the music, and I used to do tribal drumming, and I used to write like gothy bass lines, and it just happened. We didn't do it deliberately.
Did you go to those old clubs in the old days?
In the Batcave.
Yes.
Yeah, we used to live there, man, every week.
Wow. Tell us about
Every
Batcave.
week. The Batcave was crazy, man. It was like some of the best golf
I saw some
clubs.
pictures. It's
But
crazy.
it was every Wednesday night, and everybody would be there.
Did a lot of punks hang out?
Susie and Budgie would be there every week. You could like literally talk to people who were like huge stars, and we'd all hang out with one. It was great.
In the early days, did that crowd came to the anarcho shows?
Yeah, because
totally.
as I was saying earlier, when the anarcho thing started,
Yes.
we were playing as Rubella Ballet, but new bands like Sex Gang Children, House Gang, well, Sex Gang Children, they would say that they're from the punk scene because they were, and so they
Southern
supported
Death
us.
Cult,
They
the
used
cult
to support
now.
us at
I knew Ian
gigs.
Aspie really well. He was like, I mean,
Yes.
we went on tour with them. And
Southern Death Cult.
Mad, yeah, that was such a great tour, man.
They were actually Death Cult by the time we when we-
Death Cult, yes.
And then they're now the cult, aren't they? So he kept dropping Southern.
I nearly got to be their drummer once. So, but,
wait, I'm sorry?
someone else. I nearly got to be their drummer. Ian asked me to be the drummer, but someone else got the job first.
Yeah, so it was kind of like what Near Darkness lineup was.
Yes.
I think the thing to say is that it was a punk scene and everybody dressed up and everybody was different because everybody was different. Certain little genres sort of got a bigger group. So if you looked at Batcave, that was more goth.
Right,
And
right.
then other places were a bit more punk, but people sort of mixed together and everybody was happy to mix together and be different. That's why, you know, Sex Gang Children, House Gang, all those other so-called goth bands would be playing at the Anarchy Centre as punk bands because
They
we've all
play
got to
at the
start
Anarchy Centre
somewhere.
too.
Yeah, everyone's got to start
wow.
somewhere.
Yeah, we got a photo of when we played there. It says 50p or donations. And I remember someone going, "I've got no money, but can I give you some dog food?" So we never did gigs. A lot of people think that we made a lot of money, and we make a lot of money, and it is the opposite. Is so true that we literally go home. I mean, I spend whatever money I've got. I obviously get given my t-shirts, but I love buying bits of merch and just taking stuff home. We don't go home with money. We go home with loads of love and just like
Well, in the
some of the
beginning,
best gigs is like
I
I've been in
remember punk
America.
was sorting itself out. So we were doing a lot of benefits and we didn't even, sometimes there wasn't any charge on the door, but if there was, it was usually for a benefit.
Right.
So it would usually be for CND or one parent families or a million things, you know. So
We did a benefit for an animal sanctuary up north that needed like 360 quid to pay their bills, otherwise it'd be shut down. All the animals would be well, they were going to be euthanised. We managed to get 420 quid together, and they still write to us now saying, without you, these animals would not be here.
Wow, that is awesome. Okay, just a silly question. Since like all these bands and you get so many benefits, are the movements going to start doing benefit for ourselves so we can build our movements
I have
stronger?
said that before.
What a
yeah.
great-
All we do
That
is
is
just
such
give
a
out
great-
monies left and
I
right,
have
left
said
and
that.
I
right.
lot of
totally
times.
agree. Yeah, we have said that many times. Shouldn't we do
Just
a
looking at all the
benefit
flyer
for?
benefit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Polly
yeah.
wanted to do that with me. Me and Polly were going to try and we tried to do like a charity thing, but she was really into doing a lot of work for it and getting it done properly, so it never happened in the end. But I've always said that we should be
Totally agree,
doing a
yeah.
punk charity because there's plenty of punks out here with illnesses, or you need to get to another country to do a gig, or just any
need
other
a punk
reason,
bank.
anything.
I mean, this is gonna sound silly, but I just want our movement to have a backbone. Like it could be a cafe run by punks to give punks jobs, or like a small independent business, like a record shop or anything like that, run by punks, or even like a vegan restaurant run by punks. But I think it'd be awesome if we could start doing it for ourselves. But
That is
now,
a really good idea.
what is the future of Rubella Ballet now? Tell us what's
Well,
going on.
you know, next year Steve Ignorant is doing a gig as Christ again, so we'll be supporting them at the 100 Club. So that's, and apart from that, what else?
We have a new guitarist, Matt Voodoo, who's joined us for the Rebellion and for this tour. I think he's going to stay with us. He's just great. He's doing the whole fluoro thing. people think I've got my brother on stage like some doppelganger. It's been great. It's the best. I feel like it's the best we've been for a long
We'll
time.
probably do another album with this lineup, and probably I'll do another film, which is going to be She's a Punk Rocker Global. So I've already interviewed people from America, like Dinah Cancer, Monica Richards.
45 years.
Yeah. I've interviewed lots of people.
The good thing with technology now is like our band live in Birmingham and the rest of us live in London, but because we've both got studios, we're going to make the album but never be in a studio at the same time.
I'm in home studio.
So we can, in the last 2 albums we decided to get the equipment to make it at home because we can concentrate on it 24 hours a day instead of having to go home and then forget your ideas.
And technology changed a lot too.
Oh, totally, yeah. So we're probably going to try and get the next album together. It's going to be by the bass guitarist and the drummer live in Birmingham. Matt lives in Berlin.
Yes.
We live in London, so we're going to do a sort of like cross-international recording session and try and get an album together as soon as possible.
Cool. Thank you very much, and good luck on your tour.
Thank you.
All right,
Awesome.
cool.
Support
Thanks.
the ALS.